Got a bunch of poly cans, and we're just moving them over to the hoop house. So just hooked onto the front tow hooks and found some old rope and saving some work, or at least having fun. So this is the hoop house that we did a lot of work on this summer. It was in operation several years ago, but the wind had blown the plastic off a few seasons ago. So we put in this polycarbonate twin wall. It's 8mm, and then we welded up a structure for the door. So we have big barn doors that we can get the tractor in and out of. So this is our Orbit Beehive. It's a 12-station wireless irrigation controller. So you can set up all your schedules for watering, or you can do manual watering either through a web interface on a laptop or through a phone. So zooming in, we see that we can turn on this schedule, which is Hoop House Debug. It just cycles through all the stations, and then almost no delay updates what the timer's doing. So inside, these are just the wires that run to all the zones. So we have 3 on the north side, and these run the solenoid valves for inside the hoop house, and these 4 valves operate the irrigation on the field to the south. So these are outdoor ones and these are indoor ones, and it'll take a little playing around to get the amount of time dialed in that we need to run each zone, especially for indoor versus outdoor. Right. So we have 1-inch PVC Schedule 40 pipe that runs all around the perimeter. It's hooked in on that corner where the water spigot is. That water comes in off of a well. On that side we have a T that comes in that is not hooked up to anything right now, but eventually we'll hook it up to a pump that runs out of a cistern. The solenoid valves for inside the hoop house, so these run off the schedule with the 1-inch PVC into 3/4, and then that fills this 1/2-inch poly line, which our drip tapes will run into. We're not super sure about the diameters. If we have choke points, we'll just have to run it for longer. And next year we'll worry about getting larger pipes. But we can go to Hoop House Zone 1 and run a test cycle, and you can hear the valve turns on. So the wire that runs all of the valves is 18 gauge 5-strand, and 5-strand will run 4 valves and 1 ground line. So everywhere there's a valve, or there may be a valve in the future, I put in this little loop. So once you have this loop, you don't have, it's a lot easier to splice into the cable. So here we can see one that's hooked up. I opened the insulation up, pulled out, in this case, the green wire. I wrote the color on here. This matches the wire that goes into this zone on the box. And then once I was done, I filled this with liquid electrical tape, so it's sealed up. Our outdoor temperature probe. So it's got a solar shield, or a radiation shield, and then a solar panel that runs a fan inside. So when the sun comes out and it starts to heat up the enclosure, which would give a false reading, the sun also turns the fan on, so it pulls air in and circulates it over the sensor, so it gets a more consistent reading. So inside we have another temperature probe, just like the one outside, and both of those feed into this is a particle photon, which is a Wi-Fi IoT device, and it connects to the Hoop House network that we set up and pushes that data to a server once every 10 seconds, so that we get data points 24 hours a day every 10 minutes. So we get a pretty good idea of the indoor and outdoor temperature, and then we have a chart that shows the difference, which is kind of like the effectiveness of the hoop house.